What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 62 of Building Stuff. Today we're building a pet store. So, just gotta get everything ready. 62 of Building Stuff. Today we're building a pet store. So, yeah, let's build a pet store.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own pet store. And not only will I show you how to make the outside of your pet store, but I'll show you how to make the entire inside of your pet store as well. Full of your furry and not so furry and feathery and scaly friends. If you do enjoy this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very much. And if you are new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. So just before we start building, everybody, here are all of the materials. We will be using to make our pet shop. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the pet store is a 25 by 30 block area, as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which you are more than welcome to make if you are planning out your very own city. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you have all that stuff. Make sure you've got enough room to make it. And once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, my animal loving friends. Come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Count backwards from this corner. 1, 2, 3. And this is where we're going to start this off. Place 7 terracotta directly on top of this spot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extend to the right by 2. 1, 2. And then all the way down to the ground like this. You can even connect it on the ground as well. I then want you to take the block that hit the ground and extend backwards by 1. I then want you to extend right 1 and then up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend right by 5 as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And join all the way down to the ground. I want you to take the block that hit the ground and I want you to go right and then towards you. I then want you to extend upwards by 10. 1, 2.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then right by 6. 1,
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend all the way down to the ground, like this. And then I want you to extend backwards, and then right 1, go up by 5, 1,
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. And then go right by 5 as well. 1, 2,
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Three, 4, 5, and then extend down to the ground like this. Take the block that hit the ground, and I want you to go right of it by 1, forwards by 1, up by 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Or rather 6 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. I then want you to go right by 2, 1, 2, and then extend all the way down to the ground once more. Just like that. So that will give us this, which is the front of our store, more or less. We can work on these areas. I want you to take the 2 areas that sit in between the outer part and the middle part, and I want you to place upside down quartz stairs joining the bottoms of them. I want you to place 2 rows of glass pane directly on top of the upside down stairs, and follow up by placing terracotta on top. Do the same on the opposite side. So, upside down stairs, then 2 rows of white stained glass pane, and then place a row of terracotta directly on top of the glass. I also want to make the entrance. The entrance is rather simple. I want you to place 1 row inwards from the 2 middle sticky out terracotta blocks. I want you to place a glass pane coming inwards from both sides, block of quartz inwards from the glass panes, extend the block of quartz upwards by 2 each, join them together at the top, place upside down quartz stairs in front of the top of the door frame, extending left and right to join the terracotta frame. You can then completely fill above this in using terracotta, like this. So it's quite a boring design until you add the animal paw, which is going to make this pop a little bit. So the animal paw that we want to make is directly in the centre of the entrance area. Where we have this upside down quartz stairs, I want you to move upwards by 2. 1, 2. Here, place a block of quartz, extend up 2, take the middle, extend it left and right, and you have a plus shape. We can then place upside down and regular facing quartz stairs as to make a circle. We then want to make the actual paw by placing, coming outwards diagonally from both of these stairs, block of quartz, and from the middle top block we want to leave a gap of 1, and we want to place the final part of the paw. What you can also do preemptively at this point in time is you can take the top corners of the entrance and extend each backwards by 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can extend across and you can join it as well. And then I want you to take that entire area and I want you to extend it outwards like this. Kind of looks like a giant chimney of some sort, like so. And then I want you to place quartz slabs all the way around the top of it. So it does balloon out quite a bit, but this just makes it look a little bit more stood out. So yeah, did we accidentally do? Oh, we accidentally somehow, I don't know how we managed that. I say we, it was my fault. I don't know how I managed to add an extra row on that other side, but we can just fix that very quickly. There we go. And then we have something which should look like that. That looks a little bit better, I think. Okay, so now that we've done that, I want you to do 2 things. So this might seem a little bit weird, but I want you to place chiseled quartz block behind the empty space that we have on the left and right side of the build. And in addition to that, I want you to place chiseled quartz block behind the 2 empty gaps that you have on kind of... like the two center parts of the build, the two sort of like in between the middly parts. I don't quite know what to refer to those two parts as, to be honest. So now that you've done that, in addition to this, I want you to place quartz slabs above the windows, and also to add them at the top of the build as well. So directly above the windows, and then just kind of like connecting the middle to the outer parts of the build. It just adds a nice little bit of a contrast colour. I really like how that looks. Not only that, but the kind of like pillars that we've created here, so like on the left and right side of the build, I want you to take the bottoms and the tops, and I want you to extend them backwards by 2, so like 1, 2, and we already did it with the bottoms because hopefully it should be quite self-explanatory what I want you to do. Is I kind of just want you to extend them outwards, kind of like this, so make them a nice solid 3D shape. Add an extra layer of terracotta directly on top of them, and then place upside down quartz stairs around the top of those. So we're kind of getting a similar sort of effect as the middle part of the build, the entrance part of the build sort of has as well, and I think that it just makes the pet shop look a tad bit more impressive. So we want to do this on both sides. We want to make it like full 3D pillars, same sort of effect that we have all the way around. So like on the sides, you still want to be able to see the pillar like this. Eventually fill the tops in, or add a layer of terracotta on top, and then upside down quartz stairs all the way around the top of your terracotta. So very, very easily done. Hopefully you also think that it looks quite cool too. So we will end up with something that should look exactly like that. Believe it or not, that is for the most part the hard part done. What we are now going to do is we are going to take the center part of the pillars on the left and right side, and we're going to extend them backwards. You only have to do one of them because the other one then becomes very simple. You extend the middle of the pillar, any one of them, backwards by 23.
23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You then can extend across the back of the build, and you can simply just join it where we extended it from in the first place on the other side. The terracotta wants to be 6 rows high, so we already have 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure that it lines up with the
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Front of the build. So we have to take all these terracottas and we have to add another 5 rows on them. So the outside walls, the left, right, back, etc., they all want to be 6 rows high in total. So I do believe that matches the front. Yes, it does. That's perfect. And of course we just want to continue extending on all the way around the edge of the build, so the back and then the right side, and then we can talk about the trimming of the walls. That will be we're going to be using some quartz slabs for that, and basically continuing the pattern that we sort of created on the front of the build. Where we place quartz slabs above the window and also just simply like kind of skirting around the entire top of the building. That'll look great. It'll kind of break up the monotony of the just the rows of terracotta that we have here. It'll do quite a good job in doing that. So like once you've got these walls placed, for instance, simply take note of, we'll start off with the harder one, which is here, where the quartz slab area is here. That wants to, like I said, just continue on. So just do make sure that it's nice and even and level, and then begin extending all the way around the actual edge of the build. So we'll have the one row of quartz slab like this, and boom, and then the other one is just around the top. So a little bit harder to mess this one up, but this one just goes all the way around the top, and it just looks a little bit nicer. We'll be adding windows and stuff to the actual building later on when we get to the actual interior, but what I do also want you to do is, just so that it is all level, I want you to take the top of the entrance part of the pet shop here, and I want you to extend it down to the roof. So I'm going to take this, there we go. I want you to take all of these terracottas and I want you to extend them down to the roof where it would naturally extend. Hopefully you guys can see where that would be. Basically where the chiseled quartz is, so here, it would just sit on top of the quartz. It doesn't want to be level with it because that is in fact our interior roof. So we just want to, the terracotta just simply wants to sit just above it like so. You can fill the top in. Depending on how fancy you want to be, you could even make it a little bit more modern looking, in that you can take a cutout of the terracotta if you wanted to, and then place some like quartz slabs here, and then that would look a little bit nicer. Fancier. If you're not so bothered about seeing the top of your pet store ever, then you can simply just fill it in using terracotta, and that will be just fine. There we go. That is looking pretty good. When it comes to the pet store, I also like the idea of having some leaves in front of the two windows. You may or may not like this, and I like the idea of having poppies or flowers of any description, doesn't really matter, go all the way around the outside. Now this is a little bit impossible. I'm quickly trying to figure out what materials I'll never need again, so let me just why is it so tricky? Just inside the entrance here, I'm just going to place a little bit of terracotta just like this. I'm going to smooth out this wall entirely, like so. There we go. I'm going to place glass pane here just to make sure everything's connected. On the inside, actually, I mean, we could even go for kind of like this. Actually, I don't like that whatsoever. Never mind. So, just do that. Anyway, the reason that I wanted to just do that is because now, actually, I don't like that whatsoever. Never mind. So, we'll just do that. So anyway, the reason that I wanted to just do that is because now I have the option to get rid of that, place some poppies there. You don't have to do this. You might feel as though that this kind of like clouds the front of the build. If you do feel that way, then that's fine. You know, don't add the poppies and don't add the leaves, because you'd get to have the nice shape of the building. We have kind of taken, and by the way, I'm also going to place just 2 rows of stone, smooth stone, just directly in front of this, just as a path. 2 rows of smooth stone, and in addition to that, I'm just going to have the smooth stone extend here, here. I'm going to place terracotta underneath the glass parts. I'm going to be using chiseled quartz block. The floor inside of the pet shop like this, and here we go. So just some smooth stone like so, and I just think that that just puts like a nice finish onto the actual pet store. I think that that looks pretty good. And also all the way along the sides, you may also perhaps want to place some poppies as well, or not. Like it really, so like if you do want to have just like a quick comparison, kind of hard to delete the flowers like this. If you do want to just have a quick comparison, here we go. You know, whichever one you like more. I quite like that how it is, to be completely honest with you. I quite like the flowers not being there, because it shows the shape of the building. So I'll leave that up to you what you want to do. But there is something now that we have to do that is going to be quite time consuming, and we won't be doing it on recording. So basically, we are going to rip up the entire floor of the pet store. All of it's going to get ripped up. I'm going to replace the entire floor with chiseled quartz block, and I'm also going to make the roof, the ceiling. The ceiling is going to also be made out of chiseled quartz. it will extend from the chiseled quartz that we placed earlier in the cutouts directly above the windows. So rip up the floor, replace it with chiseled quartz, completely fill in the ceiling with chiseled quartz, and on top of the roof, once you have made the ceiling, I want you to place quartz slabs on top of it. So those are 3 very big jobs, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not going to do on recording. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut out right here, and I'm going to pretend like this never happened. We're just going to have everything done when I come back. So that took a while, but I decided... remove the flowers and the leaves outside. I do like the look of them, but I feel as though that perhaps some simple grass or perhaps some lime terracotta will look a little bit better. I filled the roof in using quartz slabs as well. That is the layer placed directly on top of the chiseled quartz. And inside here I placed a layer of chiseled quartz block for the floor and a layer of chiseled quartz block for the ceiling too. And once you have accomplished all of those things for yourselves, then we can move on to the actual inside. There's a lot of details to add inside here. I'm noticing it's a little bit dark, so I may have to grab a potion until we can actually get some light up in this place. Alright, that's a lot better. So, the first thing that we're going to do inside of our pet store is we are going to add some fish tanks. Along this back wall. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to place a layer of grey concrete extending from this back left hand corner here, extending outwards 1, 2, 3. And then going right, we want to follow this pattern. It's very simple. Place 4 light grey concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, grey, 1, 2, 3, 4, grey, 1, 2, 3, 4, grey. If you extend the grey concretes towards the back wall here, this will give us the separation between the tanks. If you place sand inside of these, then that will give a nice foundation to our little fish tanks. And we also have a turtle tank as well, so I shouldn't just call them fish tanks. And what we're then going to do is extend the grey concrete all the way up to the ceiling, like this. So all the grey gets extended all the way up to the ceiling. This is the partition between all of the tanks, like so. Here we go, and just this final row here on the end. I want to place sea lanterns in the tops of the tanks, but the very top of the tank is going to be made out of light grey concrete. So just place 2 rows of sea lanterns, like this, extending from the top, and place light grey concrete in front. Now, this does make things very tricky, by the way, when we actually want to turn these into tiny little aquariums. But we're also going to seal them up with glass, and we'll just deal with that problem later when it comes. There's no easy way to do all of the tanks with the roofs still on, so we'll just have it like that, and we'll sort that all out later. So now that we have the tanks, we're going to work our way across this left wall here. So for this, we're just going to need we won't need the glass or the sand or the sea lanterns or the potion, hopefully. We're going to keep the grey concrete out, grab the iron bars, and we're also going to use oak wood slabs, scaffolding, some oak fence. We want to leave a gap of 2 between the tanks, and we then want to place light grey concrete extending from the floor to the top of the wall. Leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then place another row of light grey concrete extending down to the floor. I want you to dig in the ground forwards by 2 from each of the light grey concrete pillars like this, and I want you to join them together. I'm going to dig out the centre of the... This is basically like where you can keep either birds or bats. And we're just going to place some iron bars around the outside of this, and it's actually tricky to do because you know how iron bars are. And maybe it'd be easier if we laid the foundation of this, and then... No, I don't think that's made it much easier really. But we want to have iron bars extending up from the light grey concrete areas, and also here. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Yes, there we go, we found the right spot there, perfect. The only thing is, I've just realised I'm a bit of a dummy. Inside of here, I want to have like a scaffolding, and I want to have like, maybe like an oak wood slab.
Hello, Jojo Horton. Welcome to live stream.
Here as well, just to add a little bit of detail inside, and then seal it up again using some iron bars. We may even add more detail later on, so we may have to do some more destroying. But you know, just so that there's something in there. Now, next to this, but kind of leaving a gap of 1, we want to have an oak fence. We actually want to have 2 oak fence extending up from the ground. Left of that, a scaffolding. In front of that, an oak wood slab. What's a bit silly about what I did is the fact that underneath the thing, I actually want to have oak wood planks or oak wood slabs, so I have to destroy that.
I'm only watching, lol. Oh yeah. By the way, if you don't know what I'm building a pet store. I just finished the building, but the inside needs to be done. See, this is what it looks like. I drank a potion of night vision. Now I can see inside more clearly. So.
My bad. I'm going to stick an oak wood slab on top of the oak fence, and I want to grab the oak signs, oak trapdoors, and the red carpet.
Oak signs. Oak trapdoors. Oh, you don't need the glass. Put lighting. I will do later.
Red carpet goes on the front right hand corner here, just in between everything, and red carpet on top of the scaffolding. I then want to place oak signs around the top of the oak slab here at the top. I'm going to place oak trap doors on the left and right sides, kind of like flipping upwards, and this is just kind of like a little cat stand, kind of like a little cat house where cats might sleep on and stuff, like little scratching posts and such. Now that we've done that, I want to have, now this is where a window is going to be. I'm going to have a window directly left here, and it's going to be a 2x2 square, so I'm just going to have that there. Directly next to the window, extending from the roof, I'm going to place a fence, gap, fence, just like this. That's perfect. And extending down from the fence, iron bars. What we then want to be able to do is we want to be able to place a scaffolding directly below the fence. So we can place some birchwood slabs, and we place some scaffolding on top. Now these are meant to emulate kind of like bird cages. If you want, you can go one step further. If you want to actually be able to use it as a bird cage, I'm pretty sure it functions in such a way in that you can place oak trap doors all the way around the top of it. But I'm also pretty sure that if you were to place a parrot directly in the center, I don't think the parrot actually flies away. So, you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to do a little bit of testing. Let me grab the terracotta, because that's actually an important part of this next thing. I want to take the corner of the store and I want to reinforce it with a few rows of terracotta. This kind of... Let me grab the... terracotta, because that's actually an important part of this next thing. I want to take the corner of the store and I want to reinforce it with a few rows of terracotta. This kind of also just quickly brings into symmetry the kind of like the bird cages that we just made. We can even use the glass here. We can even use this glass to add in this window like this. What else do we want to do? Well, there is the till area. So the till area, what do we need to make it? We need some green concrete. We need the oak trap door.
Let's see if I can drink this bottle. Whoa. Yay! Yay! Yay, 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 yay! Yay! How long does this take you? I do not know. Green concrete, oak trapdoor.
We need the quartz slab. We can even use the quartz stairs. I don't think that. There's anything. Oh, we can use the oak fence as well. So, okay, the till area is if we start from kind of like where we have this entrance area, right? So, extending from the terracotta that we have directly next to the glass pane here, we want to leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and on this fourth row we want to place 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green concrete. Place a quartz slab extending over from the green concrete, place the green concrete on the end, and match the length of the road that you have on the previous side. Join it together with an oak trap door, like this, and this is simply going to be a till area. You can even perhaps delete underneath the slab and perhaps the oak trap door, and that might make things look a little bit better, who knows. We're going to place a quartz stair here on this side, so that is where the actual till would be, like where the cash register would be. We can place an oak fence on this corner, and later on we can place some different things for
Thanks for these stickers, Jojo Horton.
Pets around the top and stuff of the oak fence.
I'm France.
So we now
Okay.
want to make a
Cool.
hutch. So this could be for rabbits or perhaps some other smaller animals. It needs spruce wood, so we can actually just use slabs for all of it. We need the oak trap door. We also need the oak buttons, also iron bars and hay bales. I don't know if we need anything else.
Hutch. Hutch. Hutches. Hutch, 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 hutch. Hutch. Hutch, 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 hutch. Hutch, hutch. Where are the hay bales? Where are the hay bales? Hay bales. Hold on, let me search it. Hay. So where were they? Let me look. Oh, there they are.
So from the edge of the kind of like pavement area, the
grass.
space area here,
Okay.
we want to leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and on this 4th row we want to place a solid spruce plank block. We then want to place an oak trapdoor placed from the inside, flipping upwards like this. We then want to place a solid spruce plank block. We then want to place an oak trapdoor placed from the inside, flipping upwards like this. We then want to place a solid spruce plank directly to the right of it, iron bar, and then another spruce plank, like so. What we then want to do is we want to extend backwards, 1 row, 2 row, 1 row, 2 row, and then kind of join things together at the back. What we can then do is destroy the inside of this and replace it with hay, and then we can place spruce wood slabs directly on top of it. So
Sorry.
this is just kind of like a little hutch for, you know, a small little animal, and it's just kind of like displayed on this side. So we've kind of got like a hutch, we've got kind of like the cat stand, we've got the bird cages and stuff, we've got the fish and aquatic animals towards the back. Looking pretty good, I think, so far. So the next thing that we're going to do is across the side wall here, we're actually going to do quite a good bulk of things with all of these materials that we have. So along this side wall we're going to use the quartz block, and we'll use the quartz slabs, and we can even use the glass pane, and even the hay bales as well, and the sea lanterns, and we might even use the green concrete too.
Okay, so green concrete, hay bales, sea lanterns, green concrete, battery. Oh, don't worry, I'll kill that later. But I think that just escaped the pet store. I think it just ran off or something.
Okay, so extending from this wall, first we should use our terracotta, and we should copy what we have on that other side. So just kind of like reinforcing this wall a little bit, kind of like this. Just to make it nice and even with the opposite side. And basically we want to, from this pillar here, we want to place 2 blocks of quartz extending outwards like this, and then we want to have, and this is the pattern of blocks that we have to place in the ground extending. We want to place like a green concrete, sea lantern, green concrete, and then we want to place block of extending towards the back wall, and then once again, like, we want to have green concrete, sea lantern, green concrete, and you can have any colour of concrete, by the way, and then another partition using block of quartz, and then green concrete, sea lantern, green concrete, and then another partition, and then we can have or shall we just leave it as that? Actually, we might just leave it as that. No, I mean, we can have like a 1, 2, 3, and then that would go there and there. green concrete, sea lantern, green concrete. I want to destroy inside of these, and I want to place hay bales. And basically what these are going to be for is it's just going to be for some furry animals, basically. So we can keep rabbits in these, we can keep, we could even have foxes, we could have ocelots, we could have cats. I want you to place quartz slabs, by the way, on top of the quartz. We're going to place a little glass barrier here. We're going to place just 2 rows of glass directly on top of the green. / sea lantern. So yeah, we could just have all sorts of animals in these, a fox, a rabbit, dogs, you know, all that sort of stuff. We're going to have windows directly above the.
I mean clear. The W-Y. I don't know.
Kind of like little pens or whatever you may call them. We're going to have glass pane like this, and those are just going to form windows. So we've got a nice little bit of windowage on that side. We've got a nice little bit of windowage on this side as well. And we're now going to make 2 kind of like bookcase sort of deals. So this is basically just going to be made out of spruce wood slabs, and we're going to use spruce trapdoors for this. And the idea being is that left and right of the entrance area, I want to have, it's kind of difficult to place, or kind of difficult to describe, but basically we kind of want to create bookcases by placing 3 spruce trapdoors on top of each other like this. So here and here.
Hello, Elias Gamer Girl. Welcome to live stream. What you playing on? Oh, I play on PlayStation, by the way.
And spruce wood slabs along the bottom, spruce trapdoors along the top, and also spruce trapdoors kind of like below the top to kind of like make shelves, and that's all we want to do. We just want to make kind of like a couple of display cases, a couple of shelves, and on those we could like sell kind of like pet accessories. So whether that be a leash or a lead, or whether that's like bones for a dog, or you know, whatever it might be, we can come.
I have Switch, iPad, PlayStation, and phone. Oh, cool.
Like figure that out. Maybe even like little bells for the birds to play with in their cages and stuff. Basically, just. Just some nice shelves that we can kind of have on display. What else can we do whilst we're here? Well, we can mark out where we can have kind of like puppy pits and cat pits. Now that sounds really bad, but it's basically just kind of like a little separation from these things that we have here. So the way that we can place these is from the terracotta here, kind of like where we just place this bookcase. You want to leave a gap of like 1, 2, 3, and then on this 4th block here, we want to destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you want to leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and then you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So that's quite evenly placed. What we're then going to do is we're going to extend these across by 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to my bad. And we're just going to make it is literally like just 2 little pits, 2 little storage areas for our little furry friends. We'd need some colourful concrete. For these, and we also need quite a lot more stuff to be able to finish this off, ladies and gentlemen. And luckily enough, the potion's running out. So I'll tell you what, we're going to get rid of all of these materials. We may be seeing some repeats. We may be grabbing some stuff back. You know how it goes. You know, quite often you need like a multitude of things just to complete one little bit of detail. So here is everything that we are going to be grabbing.
All right.
So that we can now finish off the build, ladies and gentlemen. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well, and then we can add some of the final details to the build. So now that we have all of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we can get the majority of this build finished. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, as I mentioned, I'm just going to place the colourful concrete inside of the 2 rectangular spaces that we made. So just like this. There we go. I'm going to dig these out 1 row further because I don't want anybody escaping.
Bye then.
And I'm going to line the bottom of these with white carpet. You could use any colour of carpet you like, or anything actually for the bottom. I'm going to place some glass paint around the top for the mention for. The reason that I mentioned earlier, which is just so that nothing is able to escape. Just like this. Here. Here. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And now we are able to store some furry friends in there too. So what else do we have? So we have a lantern, we have Allerton frames, we have flower pots. We're going to decorate this desk area a little bit. So I'm going to chuck a lantern here. Flower pot with a flower in there. I'm going to chuck a heavy weighted pressure plate next to the till just because I like how that always looks. I'm going to place some item frames kind of like around the, actually I don't want one there because that doesn't make sense. I want an item room kind of like here and here and here. We're going to fill that in with stuff a little bit later on. A couple of item frames kind of like spread about on these shelves, maybe like even a lantern on this side here just to provide a bit of light, maybe a bell here. Birds and stuff like to play with bells, maybe even like cats and dogs and stuff. What else can we do with these current set of materials that we have out? Not really too much actually. So we're going to chuck these away and we're going to grab water, seagrass, coral. We're going to need different colours of coral. I'm only going to be...
Soul blossom, small drip, big drip. Pointed dripstone. Where's the sea? No. Seagrass. Fire coral.
Using one, just for easiness sake. Vines, kelp, name tags, feathers, strip.
Oh, kelp. Where's kelp? Where are you, kelp? I think it would be in coral. No. Kelp. Name tags. Okay, name tags. Name tags. Where are you? Name tags? I can't find the name tags. Where are they? Where are those name tags? Oh, there they are. Perfect. A feather string. Two. Vines, kelp, name, verse, and then string.
Leads. So why do we have the name tags and the string, the leads and stuff? Well, that is basically just to fill in these item frames. This is just stuff that, like...
Okay, so... Wait. Name tags. Feathers. String.
Animals may want to play with, and of course a lead so that we can take our animals out for walks. I love walking chickens. What is the water and the seagrass and the fire coral and stuff for? Well, basically, this is so that we can take our animals out for walks. I love walking chickens. What is the water and the seagrass and the fire coral and stuff for? Well, basically, this is to fill the fish tank. So we're going to have to just reconstruct some of this a little bit, but basically, we want to fill the fish tanks in with water. Like this. So we've just got to get in the fish tank. It's easiest if we do this from the top like this, and then once inside, if you just decorate...
Wait a minute. If I do this. Oh no. Okay, good. Nope. I'm gonna have to go to the roof, am I? Yep. I'm gonna have to go to the roof and find where these are. Perfecto. We are in. Oh no. Yes. No! Oh no. Oops. Well, I don't think I need the name tags. I'm just to replace this with glass. Perfect. Oh, phew. Alright, good.
Take the inside the fish tanks with some grass, some seagrass, some...
Kelp, vines. No vines. What?
Do this from the top like this, and then once inside, if you just decorate the inside the fish tanks...
Oh. Seagrass.
Some grass, some seagrass, some coral, some different stuff like that. It will make some really nice enclosures. So, like if we do that, that's one, and that. Oh, my bad. Most of the ceiling is still here, and then from the outside, that just looks pretty good. And the kelp will actually continue to grow a little bit, and we can just have a fish in there or a turtle. And we're going to do this for every single one of these. So, will this bring us in? Yes, it will. Okay, so we're just going to do this for every single...
Okay, so... Perfect.
One of them. My recommendation would be to alter what you actually do inside here. Like, use different coral, use seagrass in some, don't use some of the others. In the turtle one, I'm going to be doing a turtle one, you know, feel free to chuck a couple of
I'm just going to place... Wait, what? So the corner has a whoa. Whoa. What the heck? What the heck? It keeps getting removed. What's maybe just the water? Will this work? Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Use different coral, use seagrass in some, don't use some in the others. In the turtle one, I'm going to be doing... turtle one, you know, feel free to chuck a couple of turtle flakes, you know, just make them a little bit more original.
Okay, so the next one
more than I'm doing now, but again, like just for the sake of not having to grab a million different materials, I'm just going to decorate it this way right now, and then I'll probably alter it a little bit later on when we have another look around. But
oh, never mind.
All that's important is I just to grab a million different materials.
Why does it keep destroying? Okay, now will work.
I'm just going to decorate it this way right now, and then I'll probably alter it a little bit later on when we have another look. Around, but all that's important is I just want to show you the method in which we. I want to show you the method in which we actually go about doing these. So, oh good, I didn't destroy the glass there. So, like here, here. There we go. All right. So. Again, we can just play some coral. I mean, it looks fine just like reusing the same stuff over and over again. But I think it will just look a tad bit better if we don't do that, you know. So let me get back into the actual pet shop, and we can take a look at what we've made, because it makes so much of a difference. Like even using the same stuff over and over again, like it still looks cool. So yeah, we'll be populating that with fish a little bit later, and we'll fix what we've destroyed. You might want to throw some lanterns about the place.
I'm going to fix it actually. I don't care. I'm going to fix it up, and it'll look a lot better now. So I'm going to grab the sea lanterns.
As well, like you might want to have.
I'm gonna chuck some lanterns and item frames.
A couple of choice places for some lanterns, just to kind of like light the shop up a little bit. You might want to do the same with sea lanterns as well, a little bit perhaps as well. So you can see how we have these like windows on the side of the build, kind of like here. Perhaps you could use these windows to kind of like figure out where to place a few sets of sea lanterns. So like here, for instance, like if you took, say, the middle of the windows, because lighting almost always looks better if it corresponds to something else. Like, it's all fine. And well placing just like kind of like random lights everywhere, which, you know, perfectly fine, but if it corresponds to something, like, it just seems to look better, in my opinion. It seems to make more sense. So we don't even need any more light in here, to be honest. Like, it's very, very light as it is. You may want to have kind of like a little bit of a red carpet, kind of like we don't even need any more light in here, to be honest. Like, it's very, very light as it is. You may want to have kind of like a little bit of a red carpet, kind of like strewn down the middle of the pet store. But for the most part, I mean, that's pretty much that. Yeah, we're looking pretty good in here, ladies and gents. I mean, there's not really too much more that you can add. If you wanted to, you could add like add like, I don't know, like in here maybe like you could add, say, like if you wanted to give them some light, you could have like a lantern, you could have like an item frame on the ground, you could put some seagrass in here, you know, depending upon whatever you want to keep in here. Of course, you could even have like a bell, kind of like
what should I do? Where are the bells?
just here, just as kind of like a bit of a toy. But and again, you could even use fire pots. But for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, we all we have to do is we just have to kind of like fix all of the roof and stuff that we've kind of like destroyed here. But that will be done after the animals go in, and we just have to populate this place with some animals. I mean, it's a pretty. So
let's grab some mobs before I end the video. So these are going to be basically not big animals. Need to grab some mobs. Basically, I could like post some, get some cats, parrots, and some sea turtles, tropical fish, salmon, and some dolphins. One other bit of pufferfish. Wolf. No, ghast. We need some rabbits. Where are the rabbits? Rabbits. Oh yeah, the wolf, rabbit, sheep, dog, ocelot, cat, ocelot, bat, parrot, rabbit. Perfect. I don't think we need anything else. So I'm gonna add some like rabbits in here. Rabbits. Couple of rabbits in here. In this cage. Hello little buddy. Alright, I'm going to quickly grab some iron bars. I'm going to place a couple of parrots strewn around the place, you know, just creating some parrots and just scaly and fur friends. Come on little buddies. Add some more parrots just to make it more colourful now. Perfect. Yeah? Okay. Alright guys, my dinner's ready, so the pet store is complete. All I have to do is just add some animals in here, then I think I'm pretty much done in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck a door on as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hopefully you have enjoyed making it. And you know what? I think I'm going to place some animals in here, and I'm going to show you what this place should look like once it's been 100% fully completed. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide which animals are going to go where, but we've actually completed this build, minus the animals. Let's take a look at what this place will look like now that it has been fully finished. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you...
Hold on, I'm going to change the door, then I should be done with the pet store. Well, except for the animals, because I have to add more animals in here, don't I? Yes, I do. So guys, the pet store is complete, very nice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a very nice, scaly, fun, colourful pet store. If you did enjoy, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, hit the like button if you love animals, and I'll see you guys in next time. See ya.